Hi guys, good afternoon. It's a very sunny day today, and on that note, I just want to share a gist of a horrible experience I almost had last year. Yeah, when summer, at the onset of summer, because now summer is gradually creeping in, and I am not ready. I feel like it's already dreading me knowing that summer is coming. People in other countries, they can't wait to usher in summer, but us in UAE, me especially, who doesn't like the sun, I love what the sun does. I know the sun dries the clothes, keeps everywhere dry. I know, I understand. But the heat that comes with it, the humidity, the firstborn, what it does is much more than what it doesn't do. The damages are in. So, I don't know the exact date or day that stuff happened, but it was last year, early last year. Not early, like early sunny last year when the sun was starting. Okay, the weather has already become very hot though. At that time, humidity was high. Was it in the mid? But shall know that the sun has started grilling and barbecuing people. Okay, so then I was staying with my elder sister because that period I was kind of having some job issues. I didn't have like a steady job at the time, and then I had to like move to her place. She was staying in Ajman. If you live in UAE, you know Ajman. Then she was staying there. So I moved in, just stayed a couple of months there whilst searching. So because I am very good with children, I'm always like very wherever I go, children they warm up to me. Even back then in Nigeria, neighbors would bring their kids to me. So it's not like a surprise. So when I was staying with my sister, I was very, very close with her, with my nephews. They always want to go everywhere with sister. Wherever I want to go, they want to go with me. They don't care if the weather was hot or not. So on that fateful morning, this thing happened in the morning. We all woke up, did our chores, even did a little bit of dancing. Me and songs and videos. I did videos with them that morning. So my elder sister, the mother, she was praying when we left. You understand? So because she was praying, she didn't really was intent to know like what's happening or not. But then I know that the kids just woke up. They've not really eaten, right? They just had shower. Everybody was waiting for mom to be done so that we can figure out what to do for the day. But I guess he drank just tea without bread, just a little bit of tea, which he didn't even finish because he was rushing to go with sister. I want to follow sister to go and buy something. And that day I went to go and buy tomatoes for stew. And I'm the kind of person that like offer things. I love offer. So I've already planned my life and my plans the way it's going to be. That if I don't find it here, I will go here until I succeed in buying it at the affordable rate. And then this little innocent sweet boy said, "I want to follow you, sister." I shall remember I told him the weather is hot. He insisted. He is, children. I started trying to become angry. So you can see that he was already emotional. So I told him, okay, come on, let's go. The only God that saved me that day, I almost went with the other one. The other one also wanted to go with us, but we cornered him one side, left mischievously. I told them because whenever I go with them, I always back the younger one, my younger nephew. I always carry him at the back because I know that he's not that strong to trek for a long distance. But then the older one, I think he's 6 now. But then he was 5. You can imagine, he was 5 then. But then he's not the type that loves all these baby things. He loves to be a big boy, so he can walk the distance. But sometimes as a big sister, I'll be like, come, let me carry you. If it's just me and him, I will shall carry him because he's still a baby forming big boy. So that day, that was God that saved me. We cornered that one, we left. We even heard him crying inside. We didn't mind. Said, come, let's go. I don't have strength to carry anybody today on my back. Let me and you go so that I know you can walk. Even if I need to carry you, it won't be like for longer duration. So that's how we set out for that errand. We went and the funny thing, we didn't follow the normal route we were supposed to follow. We went all the way. I was trying to look for a shorter route, and the shorter route ended up becoming a longer route. But then, once we were walking, I kept asking him, "Are you tired? If you're tired, tell me, let me carry you." He said, "No, sister, I'm not tired." We kept walking, and the humidity was high. We were both drenched, we were sweating. Because that time, once you step out of your room, in fact, the moment you step downstairs, you start sweating. That's to tell you how humid the weather was. So, me as an adult, I was feeling the heat. How much more a child of 6 years? 5 years then, self. So I shall know we trek for 30 minutes. Me and this boy trek for 30. I told him that as if I was feeling it. I'm very, very, I have a strong instinct. That I don't know why I kept feeling bothered. I told him, okay, baby boy, let's sit down one place and rest so that we can continue. He said, "No, sister, I'm strong. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy." Like, children now. He kept telling me that he's a big boy. So I said, okay, maybe he's not tired. We kept walking. We have succeeded in buying the tomatoes. We finally went to one supermarket after like going to 4 shops. That was almost after 35 minutes. We finally bought the tomatoes. I said, okay, 30 minutes. Yes, we've bought the tomatoes. I equally bought him juice, very cold juice, because I can tell me as an adult, I know how I was feeling. Talk more of him. So I bought him chilled. We said he wanted Lacno milk. I got him that Lacno milk. We were on our way going home. I didn't carry him. But then, this is where God saved me. He doesn't have a faster straight than me. Like his leg is very small. Right? Me, I have like quite longer leg. No, I'm short though. Okay. So whenever we go, I don't try to disturb him to meet up with my pace, except we are very, very late. I'll be like, walk fast now, walk fast, you know. But that particular day, I was not particular about him for meeting up or walking fast. And thank God I did not do that. But I knew he was walking behind me, giving me some distance. That is why you should be careful whenever you're walking with a child. Especially this year during summer, make sure your eyes are on them. You don't know what is. In fact, anytime, whenever, however, you're working with kids, make sure it's either you're holding them or even if they are walking behind you, don't assume they are safe. Keep an eye on them. You don't know. Satan is very, very cunning. This guy like gave me some few steps, but I kept turning, though I was carrying things. But at every minute, I turned to look at him to know where he's. I don't know, like I just had that thought. Though I normally do it whenever I go out with them. If they are behind me, I always turn back all the time to check. At least let me be sure they are still coming, right? So we kept walking. I kept turning and saw that he was following me, but I realized that he started walking much, much slower. I got worried. I said, Anointing, are you tired? He said, no. But you can tell that he's very weak. All of a sudden, no. I was like, okay, come fast, let me carry you. I was still going, you understand? He didn't want me to back him. He was coming big boy. Before I know what was happening, let me show you guys. This guy started doing like this. Hey! I got scared. I said, Anointing, what's happening to you? Immediately I was rushing to catch him. This guy was almost slumping. He started throwing up, vomiting everything he ate. Hey! In fact, it felt like something was leaving me. I was like, Jesus, oh my God, oh my God. I started screaming. Anointing, like he was passing out. The milk, like no, he drank, he was feeling it. Like, no, when a child is just vomiting, like he's feeling dehydrated and throwing out, I was so scared. Aisha was asking for help and nobody was there. Imagine this thing happening in a place where there is no AC, maybe no shop. Maybe by now, if I be rest in peace, but God forbid. My brother was passing out right in front of me. You know what dehydration does, right? So I saw one African guy. Our people get mind though, God forbid. I saw one African guy who was seated there. So I was calling him, brother, please, I don't know what is wrong with my brother, please. This guy did not even act as if I was there. He just ignored me, staring at us, but he did not help me at all. So God being all merciful and knowing that it was not my dearest nephew's time. Because this guy was almost giving up. His eyes were closing. I was screaming. I threw the tomato, even I threw money. I just carried him. I was rushing. Oh, please, I was shaking him. Thank God, I quickly saw a barbing salon there. Of all shop, there was no grocery there. This was just like a lonely street with only that African guy, very tall guy that could have helped. And I was carrying things. Even that day we went out with umbrella. The umbrella did not even save us because the humidity was too much. I shall carried him. You know when you are helpless, I carried him and rushed into that barbing salon. I said, my friend, please, my brother is dying, please. Immediately, and this place I entered, the guy is an Asian. You see, and I saw my African brother. He could not help me. But immediately I entered the barbing salon. This Asian guy rushed the boy from me, started pouring water on him. Hey, I was like, Jesus, like my life flashed like in front of me in that instant. The barbing salon guy started pouring water, put him on, like they have this sink where they wash hair. He put him there, they were sprinkling water, pouring water. Within like maybe 4 minutes, it took this boy 4 minutes. He jacked up immediately. I said, Jesus, I said, thank God. My friend, thank you. But I was thanking the guy. So the guy had to, after like pouring the water on him, at least my brother, like he came back to normal, like to reality. Because when I was carrying this guy was almost going. He was throwing up, doing, when you're struggling to breathe. I don't know how to explain that, but that's how he was doing. So after like pouring the water, he got himself. He came back, of course, with AC blowing in, with the water. If this had happened maybe in a desert, maybe I took him on a desert safari, whatever, and nobody was there, I won't be here, laugh smiling now. I won't be here. God knows this wouldn't have ended well. But thank God there was AC. AC was blowing him, very cool barbing salon. AC was blowing him plus the water. Then immediately he woke up, he opened his eyes, but you can tell he was tired. He said, sister, I said, Anointing, you want to kill me? Do you want to kill me? Then we started giving him water. He drank the water half. Then we left him. The guy told me just leave him, let him relax for some time. We left him there for almost 15 minutes. We didn't even touch him. He just relaxed. He was there, like gradually he was coming back to life, like he was becoming himself again. Before like I think after like 15 minutes he stood up, he came down from the chair. I said, glory be to God. I was thanking this guy. I said, you're a very good guy. That's what I'm going to tell my sister. She will come and thank you. He said, no problem, my friend. It's fine, no problem. I said, see, Asian helped me pass my African brother. My African brother just ignored me. He just removed his face. Our people, when I get hats, God forbid, people have hats. Even though it's Dubai, yes, I understand everybody's trying to be safe, but the guy that helped me, is he not trying to be safe also? So immediately that one finished. I said, Anointing, you enter this bag. Come, let me carry you. You will not kill me. Enter the bag. I carried him. I told him, whether you are strong or not, enter. This will be the last time you go out with me again. You want to kill me? I was breathing hard. I was like, God, what waiting I for tell my sister that I went out with her son and blah, blah, blah. He ended in ICU, blah, blah, blah. He stopped breathing. God forbid. So when I entered the house, and my sister, she's a very strong person spiritually. God is wonderful. My sister said that when we left, she started having a negative feeling about the son leaving the house. That she started, I don't know, she started having like a bad feeling And because she was praying, she instantly started rebuking any spirit of death. That is the reason why you have to be strong spiritually. My sister was at home rebuking the spirit of death. Any evil plan, any arrow, whatever is about to happen, we cancel it. In that, like she was rebuking at home while the thing was happening outside. So immediately we said I'm not surprised. I saw it. Hi. I said, then she was like, number one, he did not eat, coupled with the sun, and he was not hydrated. It's possible, and he's just a child. So since that day, I learned my lesson. Even if I'm to go out with a child, with every 5 minutes walk, we must enter one supermarket. And I will not follow any route because the route we followed that day, there was no supermarket anywhere. I was trying to locate one cheap supermarket like that. And it's not like we only 30 minutes. That is the hotness of the sun. So please, guys, as this sun is coming, be safe, especially with toddlers, children. You could feel they have like much endurance than you as an adult. Your body has gone through a lot as an adult. Theirs have not even seen anything. So if you're going out with a child, always keep an eye on them. And don't let them be out under the sun for longer than 20 minutes, especially if you are in Dubai. If you're very lucky, yours is able to, withstand. You don't know what God has done for you. But there are kids that are not strong like that, especially if they are not used to being out in the sun. My sister's kids, they seldom go out. They only go out when they go to church, playground, or whatever, but they don't walk around a lot. So imagine someone who is being used to AC, cool environment, being under the sun. Of course, it's possible that could happen. So I'm very happy to God that I did not lose my brother that day, my dearest nephew. I did, because today I wouldn't have forgiven myself all my life. I will not forgive myself because I'll be like, I caused it. Okay, imagine we were walking and I did not turn to look. I was not the careful type. I kept walking, assuming he's coming. Maybe before I turned back, I must have gone far before I realized he's nowhere to be found, only to go back and see him either already gone. His enemy is not him. Because I was able to realize him fainting because I turned. What if I ignored him and kept walking? A minute is dangerous because he was like every 1 minute I would turn. That's how I am. Every 1 minute I would turn. So that was how I found out early to prevent everything. What if he had already slumped? The chances of reviving him because he's a child would be less. So anyways, that is my summer story and confession and stroke testimony. God did it for me, did it for my sister, did it for my entire family. It's a testimony and I'm very grateful to God. So just stay safe. Summer is coming. Be safe. If you have a child, make sure they are safe. These children, if you leave them, they will play outside for 100 hours. Don't let them. Because at the end of the day, the repercussion, you will be the one to face it. So, bye.